bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Bring 'em Out with your hosts, Joel Richardson and Alan Hill.
Hey everybody, we're here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom inside the Speakeasy for another episode of Bring 'em Out. I'm Alan Hill, here with SoulJoel himself, Joel Richardson.
Oh
and
man,
we
I
are
can't get comfortable on this couch.
You're not the only one, my
Yeah.
friend. It's a fun challenge.
Oh boy,
So how you doing, brother?
dude, lots going on, man.
I can't wait to talk about it. You tell me where you want to start because there is so much to talk about this time.
Yeah, well, first of all, we got lots of shows we announced. We got Mark Norman coming back. We just announced the second show.
Dude.
Not one but two on Wednesday, October 11th.
Yes.
And then we got Robert Kelly coming back, who I actually told him that we designed the new room.
Oh, you texted me about this. It's so
Yeah.
cool. Tell me about it. Yeah.
So we Alan suggestion, and we did it at the temporary location as well. But we decided to take the melody room and section it off and make it a kill box, which that was Bobby's last special, and he produced with Louis C.K.
Yes.
So that the stage is surrounded by all three sides by the audience.
Yes.
So the comics hear the laughter.
Yes.
And a lot of comics, it's not uncommon. Like there's some comedy clubs that are, I mean, the Cellar's like that as well.
Right.
But with our low ceilings, because people don't know, here at the Sunnybrook Ballroom, the ballroom was built in 1931. So you stand on stage, and in 1931, there was none of these. Right. And people had to, with the ceilings and the floors, everything had to be here all the way in the back. And so we, 10 years ago, I mean, I would stand on stage and hear all the way in the back without microphones. So 10 years ago, they sectioned the melody room off to start having conferences and stuff like that. But once I took over, I'm like, that's going to be the comedy room.
Yeah.
So now you have low ceilings. You have that acoustics with the ceilings and the floor all being for performances without microphones.
Yes.
Now you add a speaker system, microphone, and that kind of acoustics, and it's fire.
And 250 people yucking it up, man,
Right.
and it turns into fire.
Because what happened was Jimmy Dore was here for two shows, and he didn't realize until afterwards. He goes, "There's no tables." He's like, "It's like doing a theater," and I didn't realize. He goes, "Yeah, there's no check spots. We don't have a minimum. We don't encourage anything. If people want to eat and drink before the show or after the show, they're more than happy to do in Gatsby's, Gatsby Pub, and they do. And we added like reverse happy hours and different specials, but it's all comedy.
Yeah, that room, the Melody Room, is 100% comedy. I can't tell you. You know how many shows I've been to.
Yeah.
And I've been to so many different places, and I'm not going to mention any of them, but but the standard at a place with a room that size, give or take, is everything you just said. Check spots, which if people that don't know what check spots are that come here, because you won't know what it is here, thank goodness. Check spots are the ruination of comedy.
Well, and which James Mattern actually made it one of his albums.
He made it special out of it because it's such a balancing act, because James is one of the best there fucking is at hosting and
check spot.
And check spot.
And if you go to another comedy club, the check spot can just be identified as the lull in the show, because everybody's like, wasn't that funny?
Yeah. Well, and here's the crazy part, because if you're at a place like the Cellar that does all night, all headliners from top to bottom for 15 minutes apiece, right?
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. If you go to a normal comedy club where the check spot is, you
Yeah.
know when they do it? They do it about half an hour into the headliner's act.
Right.
And it takes about half an hour. So the whole second half of the headliner's hour is fucked.
Well, yeah, and that's when they try to figure out when they're going to drop checks. That's when they try to do new material or whatever it is, so that it doesn't ruin their best jokes.
Right.
Which, honestly, and that's what happened on Sunday. We had Jackie the Joke Man Martling, which dude, I didn't realize he was 75. I thought he was, like, I did the math. I thought he was 73, 74.
You thought he was young.
But he said it on stage, and he didn't miss a beat, dude.
I'm telling you, man, I'm glad you brought that up, because I want to talk about that.
Yeah, and he was on stage killing, and a lady that was friends with the opening act.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah. Her and her husband, who came here, and they went from 0 to you have to leave.
Yep.
Real quick.
Very quick.
But let's not even get there. first because I want to start. What I did to the opener is why I go by SoulJoel. I'm glad you're laughing because I was not.
Buddy.
Now, that was the 7th day in a row I worked.
Yep.
Talking for a living. I am just talked out, dude. And he told me right before the show, he goes, all you got to say is doctor by day, comic by night. And then he goes, and I mentioned that I opened for Jim Gaffigan, obviously Jackie the Joke Man Martling, and then David Brenner. Dude, I forgot David Brenner's name. And I'm like, he's dead. Who cares?
He brought up death to a comedy crowd in the first 30 seconds.
Yeah. Something I've never done. Then I was like, Jim
He was all brought up
Gaffigan.
politics and religion right away, too.
Yeah. But it happens in threes. So I forgot that. Then I forgot. I said he's a proctologist by day.
Proctologist of all things.
Yeah. And he's a comic at night. He's a urologist. He's a urologist. I said proctologist.
It's a very different hole.
Same area. Wrong. Oh,
man.
Then, just as about to happen, I forget his last name. Dude, I'm talking not even close. So I just want to give it up for Rich.
Dude, I was.
Dude, that's why I started by SoulJoel. They used to mess up my last name, Joel Richards.
Yes.
So it's Richardson, not hard, but people forget it.
Yeah, man.
I had one name. That was at open mics where people had several names in a list. So David Brenner, proctologist, Rich.
Yeah. And let's say his last name for the people watching this. What is his actual last name?
Harkway.
There we go. Harkway.
Yeah.
Rich Harkway.
Yeah.
And by the way, Rich I had never seen before. Rich was very funny.
Yeah.
Rich was very unique. I like
He
him a lot.
lives in my hometown.
Get out.
Yeah. He goes, the little small town, you haven't heard of it. It's right by Cherry Hill, Moorestown. I go, yeah, no, that's where I'm from. Yeah. He lives right by where my high school is.
Get out.
Yeah, former high school, yeah.
Yeah, where you're a two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah. You brought it up, not me.
Hey man, I'll bring it up, buddy.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Obviously that start was a little bit of a stumble, but it was an awesome show, dude, from top to bottom. It really was.
Well, absolutely. And then so the girl has to leave because she starts heckling for no reason, and she just had to leave. Yeah. So security escorted out, but then a guy's cell phone starts going off.
Oh, dude. Oh, and one thing about that woman, real quick.
Yeah.
Her exiting line, which I thought was really funny. Because Jackie was doing some kind of a joke at that point that involved
He had
underwear.
mentioned it was his favorite joke.
Yes.
And then he goes, well, that's ruined.
Well, as she's leaving, she goes, go back to your funnies about the underwear. Go back to your funnies about the underwear was her quote.
Yeah. That's when you have to leave, when you say that.
Bonk. And John, aces, buddy.
But after the show, he said that room's unbelievable. He goes, even through the guy's cell phone and the girl that had to leave, he goes, and I know it's my friend's friend, the comic's friend.
Right,
he goes,
right.
He goes, he goes, that crowd didn't miss a beat. It didn't dampen it at all.
No, he got him right back.
Yeah.
And can we talk about what a freaking pro Jackie is?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I was supposed to see him 10 years ago when I first got into comedy. Yeah. In my local club that had been around since the 70s.
Yeah.
The day after I saw the show, the club shut down after 40 years.
Now, is this Stitches?
Yeah, which was formerly the Villa East Comedy Club at one point.
Okay.
And it had been around in one form or another since the late 70s, early 80s in Lancaster.
Okay.
And it literally shut down like a week after I went to my first comedy show and got into comedy.
Wow.
So I never went to that place ever once in my life. But I would see Raymond the Amish Comic advertise there all the time growing up and stuff, you know what I mean? And different guys. But so I've been wanting to see Jackie for a long time. I mean, I'm an old school Howard Stern fan, and this was a big show for me. I mean, you wonder. Yeah. 75 years old, is he going to still be bringing the heat? You know what I mean?
Well, he brought the heat.
He brought the heat.
But he also such a nice guy. My mom.
Oh, dude.
My mom walked up and goes, "Hello, Jackie." Like she's Marilyn Monroe about to jump out of a cake.
Well, you got to give the background, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't remember. And she wanted to take another picture with him because he walks up and I go, "Jackie," I go, "You walked up and goes, 'Hey, Joe,' to my stepdad. I go, 'Your daughter's hot. Your wife's hot. Your son's fat.'" And I'm like, ooh, Jackie, I'm the one paying you. But he doesn't remember, but he also didn't deny it. Like, he's like,
And that what you just said was at the last time you worked with Jackie years ago, right?
yeah.
And then
Yeah, so
right.
it was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
And at the Valley Forge Casino.
And Mom greets him like it was just yesterday, and he should remember this.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It's on her mind. And it's before the pandemic. So even then, it feels like 10 years ago.
Right. Yeah. For real.
Yeah,
For real.
It's another lifetime ago. It's almost like BC. Before COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Forget Christ.
Dude, and while we're on that night, can we talk about what your stepdad Joe said when after he mistakenly offered me a ride home, not knowing where I live?
So yeah, what did he say? Because I forget. I remember the conversation.
I'm not sure if I remember the exact quote, but I remember.
I don't
the
like
gist.
you that much.
It was. Alan, I'll give you a ride home, and you go. Oh, he lives in Lancaster. He goes, oh well, fuck that.
The rest can be implied. Yeah.
I love it, man.
Oh, wild.
Yeah, but that was just an incredible show. Jackie talking the fastball is as fast as it's ever been. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he went out and just he's just unique. Like, there's nobody left like him. I think that harkens back to like the vaudeville a little bit and the rapid fire thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's so good at it. The way he delivers and pauses and tells a little Howard Stern story in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
Goes right back to 50 more jokes.
Which
It's
was one of the
insane.
best setups too.
It's really good, man.
Well, and even people that talked to me similar to the way you said about either they always wanted to see him or they saw him multiple times, and you know how he's got a million jokes and may or may not have heard him before, but he's so rapid fire that you're just laughing. You're not thinking about, oh, have I heard it before?
Right.
And there's a lot of comics like that like, listen, I want you to play the hits.
Yeah.
That's my free bird.
Right,
Like I
right.
want to keep hearing this. I want to keep hearing this.
Yes.
Yeah, he's unbelievable.
It's
dude.
amazing, man. It really blows my mind. It really did. It was something else to see. It was good.
And then he goes, hey, you guys like the dirty stuff. Do I have permission? And then you're like, I don't know what he's about to say. He's like, about to go dirtier. You're like, what?
You're right. How? And he did.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing that threw me off, because Jaden wasn't there. Jaden was off. And so he was telling me how to put the sign on.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like I was 80. And Jaden was trying to tell me the app, and I'm like, I'm not signed in. Do I sign in with my Facebook or my Apple or the Google? And you know, DJ Bob came over in the rescue and was like, hey, or we could just old school and press the button behind the sign. And you know what? It turned on.
Oh, that's awesome.
But you know, Jaden was able to turn it on from the back of the stage, or like he did it like it's called party mode, where it's flashing, and then it stops right before the show starts. So I'm on stage, and Bob's in the back, and I'm already messing up David Brenner and the memes and everything, and he starts getting the first comics intro ready. And he starts playing music, and I had to quickly go, I didn't choose comedy. Comedy chose me. DJ, cut it.
That was
Yeah.
an awesome.
Yeah, as if I wasn't blundering enough. You got to start playing music over my floundering intro.
It may have actually been the perfect thing right at that moment.
Yeah. Only thing that saved me.
That's right. Oh, dude, that was priceless, man.
Brutal, man.
Woo, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then Saturday night we had line dancing, and they even came over to me Tuesday after the line. They were like, what was going on here? Because we had two shows. Jimmy Dore, which thank goodness he didn't want to go into the ballroom. Next time he is, but sold out two shows, 7 and 9:30. So line dancing just saw a lined up people ready to go in and out of the Melody Room.
Man,
which is fire.
Yes, that's super cool, man.
After Friday night, having Steve Rinaldi, Tara Canastrazi,
Woo, Canastrazi.
and then Vic DiBitetto
What a show.
on fire.
What a show.
Start talking about the old days of us in Staten Island working together.
Oh.
It was really special.
The whole thing with the lights with Vic.
Yeah.
You know, I know you
He
talked
goes,
about
take it out of my pay.
Oh, yes, yeah. You talked about it in the morning show, but Vic went off on those lights, man, and he had you running back and forth doing lighting.
Yeah.
I
know.
mean, that was priceless.
Can I
man.
just enjoy the show?
Yeah, no, never, buddy, never.
Yeah. No, it was special, man.
Yeah, man. So let's circle back, though, and talk about, because we talked about Mark Norman, we talked about Bobby Kelly. Let's talk about Bobby just a hair more. Bobby's my guy. Like, if I had to pick a guy, Bobby's my guy. If you don't know Bobby Kelly, most of you probably do. They're watching this, but if you don't, come see Bobby Kelly. This guy's a beast, and he murders as hard as anybody that ever walks onto a stage.
Yeah.
Come see Bobby Kelly.
Well, he came last summer. At the end, it was like September.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had just gotten back from the tiny house in Vermont.
Yep, in New Hampshire.
In New Hampshire, sorry.
And he had done and he had lost all the weight.
Lost all the weight, and he just goes on and murders. He had Jokes Russell do like
I love Jokes.
20.
Jokes.
But then I think he did 90.
Dude, he went a long time, and he's the kind of guy that you leave like, and it feels like you've been punched in the stomach, or you've been chewing gum for 12 years. You know what I mean?
And you're just like, where did it all come? I go, as soon as I walk back, and this is the part that's for the audience and for the comics.
Yeah.
I walk backstage after that performance, and he just
He's
went right back to smoking a cigar.
Just like it was before the show, yeah.
Right before the show. Because I smelt the smoke. I go, oh, Bobby's here. And he's smoking a cigar. And I go, Bobby, have you been performing? He goes, not much, really. Like, you just murdered.
Yeah, you got him after like a 6-week layoff.
Dude.
You know what I mean? And he just destroys.
Yeah, it's like, but he made it look like, it's like riding a bicycle. But it shouldn't be that easy.
It is for him, and he's been doing it a long time.
No,
He's
I
just
get
one of
that.
the special
But
cats, but it shouldn't
me,
be that easy.
I
yeah.
go on stage and I'm like, what was that joke? What was the punchline?
What's the opener's name?
I couldn't remember one line, which takes 15 seconds.
I can't even imagine, man. The stuff comics do that you, Bobby, and everybody else, it just floors me, man. Because I'm lucky to get off a funny one-liner in a moment if we're hanging out. You know what I mean? But doing a bit, no way. No way.
And this is not a bit.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid of spiders.
Oh, okay.
And I have been seeing literally, like, I don't know if it's this time of year, but brown recluse. Ooh. And it looks like any movie where you see a tarantula.
Right.
Like now not quite that big, but it looks like a daddy long legs with girth.
Yeah. And they're kind of fuzzy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much fuzzy.
Girth.
Right? And I went to move my jeans, put them on, and all of a sudden one came about. I'm like, because I'm a man.
I was very manly.
Yeah. But I killed it. But then
you're a man.
Last Monday, I'm babysitting the twins.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, hold on. That's a spider. Because they can't say S's or J's. So I killed it, saved the day, like putting a handkerchief in a puddle while a lady steps over it.
Totally. Very yes.
I did
Chivalry is not dead.
Yeah. But when right after I met you in 2020 during the pandemic, right, I have to go to urgent care because I got a ring around my ankle, and it's obviously from a bite. Dude. Right? And this lady was like, oh, my God, you're SoulJoel. And I'm like, I have an infection.
Dude, she's talking about SoulJoel.
Yeah, she goes, you're saving the pandemic and healing people through laughter. I'm like, how about some medicine? I think this might start getting worse.
You've talked about the gift.
Turns out that laughter heals. But if I don't get this, I appreciate you noticing who I am. This is on me. Dude. I shouldn't put myself on the flyers, or I shouldn't be wearing a SoulJoel shirt right now.
I'm sure you were in the emergency room. Yeah. You talk about the gift and the curse sometimes.
Yes.
And you've used that phrase a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
So it turns out that she didn't give me a strong enough antibiotic.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
And real quick, this is during that August festival? Or?
Well, I didn't want to give her name out. Oh, no. It was.
I know, I'm not going there, buddy.
It was Give or Take Brewer. It was right after the festival.
So you're in the emergency room dying of a spider bite as you have Brewer about ready to take the stage. And
the best and worst night of yeah.
Keep going. Sorry.
Right around then. Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing 4 shows, sold out. Yeah. Guys are in their motorcycles showing up to the thing.
You're backing down Harley dudes in pink shirts and sandals.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Ankles swelling up like an eggplant. It's not looking good. Yeah. Maybe not quite deep purple, but it was starting to turn red.
Smoke was on the water.
Yes. So I had to go back, and she gave me 1 week later, gave me a stronger antibiotic. I go, yeah, we should have started with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't care if we're going after a mouse with a bazooka.
Yeah, let's just kill it.
Yeah. I'm built like a whale.
If she had seen those sea turtles swim away from you,
Yes.
she would have known
Manatees.
better. Manatees.
No, it's all fine. Sea cows.
Sea cows, right?
Yeah.
Sea cows, sea turtles.
But yeah, I can't believe I never told you that story.
No, I
man.
can't believe either.
Yeah.
Like you were just booking my band to open up a brewer right
Yeah.
then. You know what I mean? You probably texted me from the hospital.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dude. Nothing stops SoulJoel.
Well, certain things are coming close.
Dude, that's an amazing story, man. I can't believe I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
So, okay, now let's come back and let's talk about the one that just got done. Dom Herrera and Friends.
Yes.
This is a big MFing show, people.
So people don't realize Steve Rinaldi, who's big friend of the club,
Does
been
7
doing
for
7,
7s,
yep.
late night laughs
Yep.
with Jay,
brought in
Yoder.
Jay and been doing shows. Yeah, so he's been doing a podcast called Yo Dom with and he's been talking
Killer podcast, by the
about
way. Check it out.
bringing Dom here, and Dom lives in the West Coast, originally from Philly, but up until the pandemic, he had been coming, and it might have even been 2020. He might have did it again, but before the pandemic, every year he would come home and do Helium for Philadelphia, so he could come home for Thanksgiving and visit his
It was
family.
like almost a week. It was like 5 days or something.
Yeah,
right?
well, I know Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and I think Sunday.
I mean, that's a 4-day run.
Yeah.
And selling it all out. I mean,
Multiple shows a night.
Dom's OG Philly legend.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like he's as Philly as Philly gets.
So he's like, well, instead of doing that, why don't you come and do Joel's Place, one show?
Dude. And talk about this lineup, brother. And let's
So-
savor the flavor.
Well, we got
Let's go through it one by one, baby.
yeah.
This
So
is beautiful.
what we did was it's gonna be Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve. Dom Herrera and Friends. It's gonna be Jimmy Schubert.
Okay, Jimmy Schubert was just here headlining 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. Jimmy, if you don't know Jimmy, if you know Jimmy, you know it's a banger to add to a show. And if you don't, this guy used to be in Sam Kinnison's crew, and he's
Right.
an OG comedy legend, and he's a beast.
This is a comedy seller. Comedy
store.
Comedy store.
Yep, Mitzi Shore, the whole thing.
Steve Simone,
Steve,
who I also met through Jimmy.
dude, Steve Simone's so good.
Powerhouse.
Who did he feature for out in the Dome, and then came back and headlined the next week last year?
Yeah.
He featured for somebody. We'll revisit.
Jessica Curson.
That's what it was. Thank you. Yes. And my mom, who you know my mom's general take on comedy shows. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Alan. Right?
Yes.
We left that.
And if you don't, that's all you have to know.
yeah, right. Exactly. And she, on the way home from that show, she said, "I want to know when that guy's coming back. I want to see him." My mom loves Steve Simone.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, and so what's going to happen is, so Steve Simone, Eleanor Kerrigan.
Eleanor freaking Kerrigan. Eleanor is the woman that has been Dice's opener for 20 years.
Yeah.
And is a freaking headliner in her own right.
Oh, another South Philly girl.
The
Jimmy's
ball-
Northeast Philly.
One of the all-time ball-busting queens of comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, she will. I mean, what's her brother's name that was just here for?
Yeah,
Jackie?
John.
I was talking to John after the show. John's such a cool guy. Shout out to John.
By the way, I looked at his face.
Yeah.
While my whole meltdown was going on.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he got a kick out of that,
Yeah.
dude. Oh my God.
This is what we came for. Good for you, Joel. Good for you.
So awesome, man. Well, when Eleanor was here last, when we opened up the Dome,
Yeah.
and she did like 20 in front of Carrie B that one night before the Dice show. Right?
Yes.
And it was so funny because she caught her brother on the phone while she was doing her act.
Yeah, she goes, "Oh, God forbid I try some new material."
Yes, right.
Yeah, but that's what kind of attitude he has because he wore those Nantucket salmon shorts. I almost didn't notice them because my eyes were up here. He goes, "As they should, buddy."
He's a good dude, man. I like that guy.
Obviously, one of the reasons why Eleanor is so quick.
You're right. Totally, man.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, she's amazing, and she talks about
Yeah.
her 400 brothers or whatever
Exactly.
she has. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I think 1 of 10. Yeah.
I love Eleanor as much as anybody. She's great. Man.
Steve Rinaldi.
I
Yeah.
mean, Steve is just, Steve is one of the hardest working people around here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Him and Jay, are
And
just.
then Chris Kosha.
And Kosha, who was episode 6 or so of our pod.
So that's so Steve, Jimmy, Steve, Simone, Eleanor, Chris. So 5 comics plus Dom.
That's 5 headliners and one of the best up and comers in the Philly area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, that people come out for this one, man. You do not want to be hearing us talk about it on the pod after the fact. Come see it, 'cause
Yeah.
it is going to be a beast of a show.
And then what's going to happen is Friday night, Jimmy's going to headline. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday, Steve Simone and Eleanor are each going to headline their own shows too.
Oh, that's killer.
So they're going to have their
I
own.
didn't realize you were bringing some of them back for their own shows too.
Yeah.
That's even better.
Yeah, so
Woohoo!
7 o'clock, Steve's gonna go because he likes to do like a clean comic.
Yeah, he's more of a
family
clean
friendly.
guy. Yeah, which is
Yeah.
part of the reason my mom likes him so much.
Exactly. Not necessarily all ages, but can be.
Oh, my mom's gonna bring a church group to that show, buddy.
Oh,
Guaranteed. I'll let her know.
Yeah.
Yep. The Moravians of Lancaster will be rolling deep at Steve Simone, buddy.
Howdy, howdy.
Watch out.
And then Eleanor's gonna do the later show.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Clean and dirty.
Perfect combination, perfect contrast.
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly.
Oh, it's so cool, dude. I mean, I thought it was cool enough, and now you throw that.
But I've been working on
me.
that show for 9 months, dude.
I remember. I mean, we've talked about it
Just
a couple
planting
times.
seeds and getting, because one making sure that Dom was cool with it, and now he gets to come home and visit his family.
That's incredible, man.
Murder.
I mean, incredible job, because that I know you've been working on it forever. And
Well,
then-
I've been telling people, I'm like, I think it's too much show.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's incredible because, I mean, the whole time I'm thinking, well, if he ever gets this done, it'll be Dom. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And Steve will probably open and somebody else, and it'll be a great show.
Yeah.
Then you come up with this power-packed 5-headliner lineup, and
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, I get to see Dom and all those other awesome.
So knowing all this stuff has been happening behind the scenes, what do you think has been like Joel? Like what's been happening with Joel? Like you've been coming to shows and
Yeah.
one-word answer stuff like that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh, well, Joel's a little stressed,
Yeah.
and understandably so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also just slaying, like just killing it left and right. I mean,
Yeah.
every day this week you're putting up a monster show that I'm fired up about. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just and understandably you're spinning in circles a little bit while you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's totally understandable.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Because you brought me in help book bands and stuff, and
Yeah.
and I love it, and I'm happy to do it. And I mean, I've never done anything like that. So for the first month and a half or so, I was just spinning like, what the hell do I do? You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm just trying to figure it out on the fly and get it going. And now I kind of feel like I'm in a little bit and feel like I know what I'm doing a little bit at least.
Oh, dude, absolutely. And it's taken my whole thing off. It's taking it off my plate.
And that's awesome. I'm glad I can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's just one, I know. There's 1/100th of what you're dealing with. Maybe more, maybe 1/1000th of what
Yeah.
you're dealing with. And it's got me spinning.
Yeah.
So I can't even imagine, like, on a daily basis.
Oh,
what you're dealing
absolutely.
with.
Yeah. It's a lot, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see that I'm like, all right, now it's starting to set, because what happens is like doing events, and I'm saying I'll always try to do I'll try anything twice.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the right booking, but the wrong timing or the wrong pricing, the wrong day.
Yeah, you try a
whatever
different
it
angle
is.
the next time.
Yeah, but then once it starts working, then I can say, all right, I'm going to do this once a month, and I'm going to do this, whatever day of the week.
Right.
So those kind of things are starting to fall into place where now we got Zumba. Now I'm doing it, once a month, and the dancing and the music and everything like that. Line dancing every Tuesday, and like certain days are taken out of the week.
Well, the evolution around here of how that's developed is exactly, it's been fascinating to watch, and how you've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't, and rolled with the ones that do, and seeing what's
and
happening.
tried a lot of stuff over the summer.
Yeah.
To where all right, so karaoke wasn't working,
Mm-hmm.
and to everybody out there, like people are like, so one guy from salsa
Mm-hmm.
said that there was women from salsa that never knew about the karaoke, and I'm like, well, we tried it 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And it's not that we weren't getting people, but we weren't getting people that were spending money.
Right.
So the karaoke was actually costing
It was
us
costing money.
too
yeah.
much money.
Yeah.
So we moved trivia to Tuesday to Thursday because people from line dancing
They
couldn't
were
come to
expressing
trivia.
interest.
Yeah. So we moved that, solved that problem, and they're like, well, you know what you did? What was wrong? It was that you separated SoulJoel's and the restaurant. I'm like, no, we opened the restaurant. It's always been separate. It's brand new. I
Right.
go, but they're all in their separate events. I mean, we have our own website, our own event calendar. I go, but if you look at the event tab on SoulJoel's, it's still there.
Yeah.
So you're just not looking.
Right. Yeah. It's all there.
I'm sure if you Google karaoke, it's going to come up.
Dude, if this caveman can figure it out,
Yeah.
come on, people.
Yeah. She goes, oh, I'm going to,
I barely know how to turn my Chromebook on.
buddy, to watch you operate with technology,
Who's out there with it earlier?
it's fascinating. Yeah.
It's not pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, the glasses come on. I start looking like, I'm like, guys. And I'm ham-handed. I mean, I got big fat fingers. I can't type. I mean, it's just
You
bad.
operate like you have a flip phone, but you don't.
I did longer than most, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't anymore.
No. And you travel with your Chromebook, which is amazing.
Yeah. Because I honestly don't know how to get
You're
on.
like a traveling businessman wearing an Eagles jersey.
That's so funny. I don't know how to get on Facebook or really anything that requires a password on my cell phone. I can only do it on my Chromebook.
Oh, boy.
You wonder why there's no posts on my Instagram page.
Oh, yeah. You can't remember the passcode?
I don't know. I didn't even know that you could comment on it until 3 weeks ago, remember?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's funny. I think because I think I know a decent amount of people that would like the podcast, but nobody likes my stuff on Facebook because I haven't posted anything for 15 years.
Oh, yeah. So
Except every now and then something for my band. You know what I mean? So nobody's expecting to see
you
anything.
need to get
from me.
in the algorithm.
I know, dude. I'm like on the outside. Like I'm in like Tron on the outside of the screen trying to get in there somehow, man. You know?
Oh, boy, buddy.
Yep. Yeah, I've been labeled obsolete.
But doing a great job. All the Friday night bookings are all taken care of.
Thanks, brother.
And we're
Thanks.
booking all the bands. We're trying to work on the jam bands.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're gonna jam band fans out there. We're gonna try and get a scene going up here for that because I love this stuff. I know plenty of people that do.
Bringing all the people from Lancaster here.
Yeah, I
with
know
the
so many
music
good
scene.
bands, and I just want to see if we can get it going up here because I know they're all out there, man. You know, because there are literally like 100 Grateful Dead cover bands that you could find. Throw a dart and hit one, and they're all really good. So you know, there's an audience for this stuff out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We're gonna find it in Pottstown.
That's gonna be great, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah. Yep. And like you said, we'll try it. We'll try it twice.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, we know it doesn't work.
And we want people to come out for Oktoberfest. Oktoberfest is
gonna
going to
be a fun
be
day.
Saturday, October 21st. We're starting out with a cornhole tournament and a polka band with lessons.
Yes.
And then at night, it's going to be a bunch of funk.
Yes.
Yeah, $10 to get in.
Get your dance
in
on, man.
advance, 15 at the door, 2 bands.
Yes.
Plus a DJ.
Yes.
And then we're going to have people playing pong. Extra money if you wanted to get in the cornhole tournament.
Oh,
But
yeah,
cash
buddy.
prizes are going to be given out. We're going to do that on the lawn. It's
We
gonna be a lot of
gotta
fun.
make up like SoulJoel teams for this cornhole thing, man. Have something on the line here.
That's true.
Come on, let's get it. We got to get this together.
Not just pride.
I mean, we need more to organize around here. You know.
Yeah. Buddy, you just looked like your mother there.
Oh shit. Oh boy.
And by that, I mean cute.
I don't have any sugar cake for you, buddy.
I wish you did.
Despite the awesome compliment.
Yeah. That's so funny. It's not like you're busy or anything. When you have a minute.
Oh man, I love it, brother.
That's so funny. And then Friday night, October 27th, we're
can't
having
wait,
the 1 year anniversary of SoulJoel's at Sunnybrook.
Yes.
4 year anniversary of SoulJoel's being around at all.
Yes.
And that's gonna be in the ballroom. We got Dan St. Germain in the melody room, and then the band.
Oh, Bad Slice.
Bad Slice. Which
Dan St. Germain is that night?
Yes.
Oh, bro, that's going to be an awesome night, man.
Yeah, and then
and it's also fucking Halloween, by the way. Let's not forget to mention that.
yes.
Put on your
Halloween costume,
outfits.
people. Yeah.
This is our Halloween celebration. This is the night at Sunnybrook for Halloween.
Yes. Yeah. We got prizes for the best costumes and tickets and everything. Bad Slice, which by the way, Bob thought asked if.
that was so funny.
Now it was his words, not mine. So what did he say?
So
he thought it was a bad promo.
It was,
no.
you put up the promo.
Yes.
And the promo was just basically a neat logo of the band name with a big picture of a pizza.
Right.
Right. And Bob puts up on the Facebook post, band, pizza party, or both. And then I forget what he said when one of us said band. And he had something funny after that, but I don't remember that one.
No.
But it was another good Bob. Band, pizza party, or both.
Bob being Bob.
Oh, Bob, we love you.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah, he's running
He's doing trivia outside this door as we speak.
Yeah. But another fun episode, man. Was there anything that you wanted to cover?
Real quick,
I think we
we'll
have.
take a peek.
Yeah.
We got the shows. No, I guess we pretty much covered it. Just real quick, the Penn State pod. I just wanted to talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
You know, because that's pretty cool, man. Like that's a real
Another addition to SoulJoel TV.
Yeah, it's like hardcore niche sports thing.
Yeah.
Which guess who's a hardcore niche sports guy?
Yeah.
So, and you got a dude. I forget. You know me with names. What's
Yeah.
the? I forget.
Rich Casella.
Thank you. That's the dude that's been covering Penn State for like a lifetime, right?
Yep.
Yeah. That guy is on his shit, man.
Yeah.
Like he's that's a killer pod. I checked it out. They are on the money, man. It's good stuff. If you
Yeah.
like football, check that out, man. If you're a Penn State nerd, like a lot of us.
Yep. No, he's great. But this is his 35th season
Incredible.
covering. Yeah, and I didn't realize until they brought it up, but Mike brought it up in the morning show. But Penn State, they normally open up with Kent State or Appalachian State.
It's some crappy team, yeah.
But they're doing prime time versus West Virginia.
Ooh, they playing a real game in week 1 this year.
Yeah, and it's prime time on NBC.
Wow.
NBC picked up the Big Ten
That's
or whatever
Yeah, whatever. I can't even keep track anymore.
conference they're in.
Yeah. I think it's still the Big Ten, but
Yeah.
that's dude, that's a big deal because usually they play some team they can beat by 47 points with no problem to kind of ease into the season.
He's into this. Yeah.
But this year they're playing a real team, but that'll also help them at the end of the year get into a better bowl game if they
Yeah.
do well. So
It's wild.
hopefully they'll win.
Yeah, but no, it's been great, and they're going to bring up because now we just released last week the Troy Hendrickson, which got more views in one day.
That was incredible to watch.
Yeah, and I said, Deanna, I go, but his mom shared it, his family shared it. She goes, don't patronize me. I go, but you had your one and your second episode. I said, this is just one episode. Stop.
I love it,
I go,
man.
Deanna, you come back for the third episode, which we bring back our youngest sister,
Mm-hmm.
and have a Three Sisters podcast.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
Who's the third sister?
Laura. I'm the third sister.
Oh, that's what I was. You're the third sister.
Oh, you're a dick.
The three
I'm the
sisters.
third sister.
The three sisters. Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
because
I would love to do that, by the way. That would be great.
Deanna served in the military, and I'm not a man.
Well, buddy, I think you and I have about the same amount of calluses.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine are from playing guitar.
Yeah. Yeah. The great Mike Somerville. How do you keep your hands so soft? Well, it's simple. I just don't use them. I live my life that way.
Always wanted to be a hand model.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I use them, but they're just posted on social media.
Yeah, right. It's just a lot very calloused on where the fingers strike the keys.
Exactly.
I love it, brother.
So-
That'd be fun. That'd be a really fun one, man.
Yeah.
Make it a family affair.
For sure.
Yeah.
But we're up to 20 and a half hours now a day on
Jeez.
SoulJoel TV. I know probably in a year from now you'll be like, why were you bragging about that? Because we quadrupled
It's a big
it.
deal,
And-
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it came all the way up from what was it, 5 a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago?
4 hours, literally 5 weeks ago.
That's amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
that's incredible growth.
So keep sharing, subscribing.
Please,
Give us
yeah.
reviews.
And thank you for all the support so far.
Yeah. So appreciate you guys. Another episode of Bring 'em Out. Alan Hill, SoulJoel.